Hey, what's up, all you fellow baseball fans? We have reached the pinnacle, the month of September, where the big boys shine and the pretenders go to pasture. Right? It's basically the time of year where people put their big boy pants, or or they shrivel up in the little pebbles. You know what I'm saying? You either got brass ones or you got pebbles, right, Dave?
I hear you, Joe. That sounds good that way to me. Wow, September, it's crazy. Um, Teams
Yeah.
are starting to shine, and like you said, teams are just folding up and taking their camp and
Yes.
go out of here. So I don't know. You tell me what's going to happen. I'm excited. I can't wait. I can't wait.
Yeah, so yeah, like I said, man, this is the time where you put your big boy pants on, you know. I mean, I got some teams out here, that are walking around with the balls clanging, you know what I mean? Like I got the Orioles here. They're 86-51, 7-3 in their last 10. They're crushing it. Best team in the American League right now. And then of course the Atlanta Braves. I mean, they got to be number one. As much as I hate to say it as a Phillies fan, I mean, they're number one in all Major League Baseball. I mean, they're 90-46, 8-2 in their last 10. And
Are you shocked? Are you
it's
shocked that this
amazing
team
because
has 90 wins? I can't get over this.
their lineup's unbelievable.
I'm just saying, I can't get over. We're
Their
in
lineups.
September. My fault. Go ahead.
No. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying, I can't get over. We're in September. This team has 90 wins. Who would have thought that? I mean, they're 15 games in first place. To me, that's amazing.
Yeah, well, just to look at it, I mean, the Phillies are 76-61, which is, hardly scrub-like, and they're
No,
14 and a half behind.
this is true. Do you think that bullpen is going to survive during come September and October?
You talking about the Phillies bullpen?
Yes.
I'm getting a little concerned, honestly. I mean, last night, shit. What were they? 8-1 lead last night. I mean, they barely pulled that out. I mean, the thing that's hurt the Phillies is Sir Anthony Dominguez has been kind of struggling. I think Kimbrel. I'm worried about Kimbrel. Now I know Kimbrel got some big outs last night, but I think he's getting a little tired. He's pitched a lot in it, so Kimbrel's getting tired. You worry about his longevity. Sir Anthony hasn't been nearly as good as he was last year, and then you got Alvarado coming off an injury. Alvarado, he got out of some trouble last night, and that was encouraging. But to answer your question, I am a little bit concerned about this bullpen. Yes.
Hey, there he is.
Yes, we got a comment here from Paul Spencer. He said, "What's up, boys? Been out of it the last 2 days. Are the Braves in first? Internet sucks in this hospital. Plus, no freaking cable. It sucks, but I'm alive." Yeah. Well,
hey,
glad to see you're doing well, Paul. Thank God.
We were praying for you, sir. We were praying for you, and I'm glad to see you're doing well. And yes, the Braves are still in first place. To answer your question.
Yes. Yeah. You got it. You got to get better in time to watch. Got to get ready to watch the football this Sunday, and and the playoffs. Here we go. We got Eileen C says, "We love you, Paul."
Yes, we do. Yes, we. Eileen, how are you, girl? Thanks for checking in.
Yes, exactly. So, but yeah, like I was saying, this is big boy time of year, and just looking at the landscape here. I mean, the National League, the only division race that's alive in the National League is the National League Central. You got the Brewers at 76-61, but you got those pesky Chicago Cubs are still right there. They're 74-64. They're 2.5 games behind Milwaukee, and they're also 2.5 games behind the Philadelphia Phillies for the first wild card. So those Cubs are very pesky.
Well, they're making a run right now. I mean, they're 7-3 in their last 10. I got to give them credit there. But my question is, how serious is this Milwaukee Brewers team? I mean, I know they just took 2 out of 3 from the Phils. I get that, but is this team really for real?
I've liked them all year, and the reason I like them is their pitching. If you can pitch, you have a chance to win in October. And you got Christian Yelich has been getting hot, hitting the ball. If they could get that lineup, to score enough runs, I would be a little concerned playing the Brewers. I think the Brewers have the look of that team that could be a tough out.
Now, I'm looking at this division in the National League Central, and I'm seeing that the Cubs are 2.5 out. Are they going to catch this Milwaukee team, or does Milwaukee end up winning it?
I think Milwaukee winds up winning it, but I mean the Cubs are right there, 2.5. 2.5 is definitely reachable. And the Reds are only 5.5 out. I mean the Reds are 72 and 68. They're still hanging in there. Yep. Real quick, let me just get to this comment from Paul. Paul says, "Oh, thank you, Eileen, and everyone who texted and called my family, out of the box sports and fans." So, yeah, hey, no problem, Paul. Definitely,
yes, sir.
We're concerned. So, but looking at so what? Let's just break down. We'll get into a bunch of stuff, but since we're already on the subject, let's just break down these standings. We'll start with the National League Central here. So like we said, we got the Brewers 76 and 61. I'm calling it right now. Even though the Cubs and the Reds are hanging in there, I'm saying Milwaukee wins that division. The Cubs are pesky, but I think the Phillies hold on to that first. I think the Phillies hold on to that first wild card, hold off the Cubs, and then you got the Reds who have a chance for that third wild card. So we'll see what happens there.
And I hear you. I hear what you're saying, and I understand everything. My thing is, though, Cincinnati's 5.5 out. I'm still not. I mean, I know the Giants aren't playing well right now. They've been on 3 or 4 game losing streak. I get it, but they're only 1 game out of that wild card spot. I'm not counting them out yet out of that spot. I just, I can't do it. As much as I see Cincinnati in there, I think Chicago could get a wild card spot. Milwaukee is probably going to win that division, which you're probably right. But I just can't get over this Milwaukee team. They're good. I mean, they are a good team. I'm not saying they're not, but are they going to be good going down the stretch against the Phillies if they play them, if they see them? That's what I want to say. That's my concern on that. I don't know.
Remains to be seen. I mean, this weekend series could have. I mean, hey, Friday night could have gone either way. Now, I don't want to rip Alec Boehm because Alec Boehm's played extremely well. But
right.
Phillies win that game if he doesn't make that error.
But
that could have gone either way. Because in all fairness, the Phillies were losing, and then they had a big rally at the end. So, and then Saturday was my biggest concern with the Phillies, especially going into the playoffs, because Rob Thompson already named Aaron Nola Game 2 starter, and my biggest fear is that if the Phillies don't win that first game with Wheeler, then I could see it being a quick 2-0 exit where. They lose the first game, and the next thing you know, Nola comes in and does what Nola does. He gives up a bunch of bombs, and then the Phillies are swept out of Citizens Bank. Because I know Nola's been pitching well his last few times out, but
Nola has been pitching well his last 3 outings, I think, or 2 out of 3. Is that right?
He has, but typical Nola that really pisses me off. Saturday night they get him a 2-0 lead. Now, granted, 2-0's not like 5-0, but it's just typical of him. You get him a lead, and boom, he immediately gave it the hell up. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It happens. I mean, all pitchers go through it. You know that.
Well, he's going through it too much this year. Though. That's my point. You know what I mean? He's got to stop. I mean, he's just getting slammed, man.
Go ahead.
We got a comment here. Robbie McGrath says, "Did you guys see Travis Blankenhorn's home run in his first game called up with the Nats?" He said it was a good home run. I did not see that. Although I know the Nationals have a lot of good. The Nationals. I don't think the Nationals are that far off from being a decent team. They've been playing.
They're not as bad as you think they are. They're really not a bad team. They have a lot of good. I mean, a lot of good prospects down there, and I mean, they're solid for the most part.
No, I agree, man. And Ken Fry said, "What's up, fellas?" He also says, hey, Robbie, Travis hit a home run tonight as well. Travis is from Pottsville, my hometown, and about 5 minutes from Robbie. So
okay.
like we were saying, hometown guy to those guys. And the Nationals have some young talent, man.
They do.
Eileen C says, is Kyle Schwarber really hitting on the Mendozas, but at 39 homers? I think he hit his 40th last night, believe it or not.
He hit his 40th last night. He did. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Ken Fry says, hey, buddy. I guess this is to Robbie. He says, miss you guys and all the not your average Janes. One more here. Robbie McGrath says they did good last weekend on the 16 under. All right, cool. Shout out to not your average Janes.
There you go.
And one more here. Ken Fry says Travis was a Met the last couple seasons. Okay, well,
very nice.
And between those two guys, I take it that Robbie either Robbie's a Nats fan or he's showing support for his hometown guy. But when we get in the National League East, there's a battle for the cellar because the Mets are 63 and 74, and the Nats are right up their ass at 62 and 76.
It's very close, so that's for sure.
It's for National League East.
Who's going to be in last place in this division is the question.
I think the Mets. I think the Nationals. I think the Nationals have all those young guys that are hungry, including the guy that Robbie McGrath talked about, the Travis.
Right.
Travis. What the hell is his name? Travis.
Blankenship. Is that right?
Blankenhorn. Yeah, guys like Travis Blankenhorn, but not just that. But they have some young talent on that team, and I think they beat out the Mets. So
I'm going to disagree with you on that. I think the Washington ends up in the last place in the division. I'm going to stick with the Mets staying in fourth. That's just me.
Hey. Yeah.
But I'll tell you though, your team has been hot lately.
Who's that?
I mean, I know they're 5-5 in their last 10, but they've won 4 in a row. The Miami Marlins are hot lately, Joe. I'm telling you.
Yeah,
the fish are starting to get hot. I don't know what happened, but they're starting to play a little bit better.
Well, they're only they're only 3 back of the Cubs, right? So they're 3 back of the Cubs, and they're tied with Arizona. So if you look at
but they're a half a game out of the wild card is what I'm saying. They're still in this thing.
Right. No, that you're right. Yeah, because I'm looking at this. You got the Marlins 70 and 67. You got the Reds 72 and 68. And then you got Arizona 71 and 67, and you got Giants 70 and 68. So all those 4 teams are pretty much right in there,
Yeah, I totally agree. Absolutely. And I'm not counting the fish out. I think they could squeeze in that spot, I mean, plus the Giants are 1 game out. So the Giants they're falling. I don't know what's going on with them, but
Gabe needs to start rubbing some more coconut oil or something.
He better get something. Hey, Fuji, what's up, man?
Hey, what's up, Fuji? And then I got Ken Fry actually brings up a good point. He says, Alonso hit 42 tonight, and Lindor is just shy of a 30-30 season. All 4 baby Mets in the lineup tonight. Batty, Mauricio, Alvarez, and Vientos. Yeah, Mauricio actually had a good weekend, from what I remember. I heard some good things about him. So there is hope for Mets. There is hope for Mets fans.
But going back to this Mets team, real quick, Mr. Ken Fry, I know you're the big Mets guy. I get it. If you would have told me, and I think we've talked this before in past shows, that this team in April, or we'll say March, April, would have been in last place, I would have laughed at you. I mean, between Verlander, Scherzer, I would have never thought this team would be where they are today.
Well, how about the whole city of New York? I mean, you look at the Yankees. Yankees are 68 and 69. They are 7-3 in their last 10, and some of those young kids, the Martian kid that came up, what's his name? Was it Dominguez? Is it?
I believe that's right. Yes.
Okay. Well, he came up and hit a bomb his first at bat, I believe. But I was going to talk about this later, but since we just talked about the Yankees, Aaron Judge, man. I mean, I'll tell you, it's a damn shame for major. I know there's a lot of people out there that hate the Yankees, but just for a pure baseball fan, it's a damn shame that guy had to run into that wall at Dodger Stadium, because I'm looking at his numbers right now: 31 homers and 58 RBIs in 83 games. Now, if you extrapolate that over 162, Aaron Judge he's on pace to hit over 60 again.
It's amazing what this guy's doing. I mean, he's a great player. We know that. Did he just get a new contract too?
Oh God, he got paid.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He got. I think he got the biggest contract in baseball.
I thought I read that.
Eileen C says he is not the same after that injury. Yeah, but he's been pretty hot though lately, though, hasn't he?
Lately, he has been. But Eileen, you are correct. He hasn't been the same after the injury. Yeah. Well, how long was he out?
He was out for at least I think 2 months, wasn't it?
2 months, at least 2 months.
It was at least a month and a half, 2 months. Eileen would know better than us, but it was a while now, and the Yankees have a chance to have their first losing season since '92. Although they may find a way to be over 500.
They're only one game under 500, so they may not be losing. They may not be a losing season for them.
Exactly. So. Here, Eileen C with one more comment. She says he is up and down lately. Yeah, but he's still hitting for power. I mean, he's only hitting 260. His average is a little, because usually he hits closer to 300. I think he's hitting like 261 last I saw.
So as we were saying, if he wasn't out for those 2 months, would the Yankees actually be in last place? I don't think they would be.
Hell no, no way. In fact, I'd argue if you had a health. I know guys like Donaldson were really struggling. Stanton, I mean, Christ, the Yankees ownership must want to charter a plane and drop Stanton off at like Tom Hanks' Castaway Island, because with that freaking, you know what I mean, and maybe he'll deliver a FedEx box like 7 years later. You know what I'm saying? Because my man struggles, bro, and like
he does.
Well, first off, I mean, Cashman's probably going to get shit canned. I mean, there was an article, I think Hal Steinbrenner had some it didn't sound like he didn't exactly give him a vote of confidence. I think he basically acknowledged that they made some really terrible trades the last couple of years, and they have a lot of payroll and a lot of age on that team.
Go ahead. No, you go. Go ahead. No, go ahead. Finish saying. Go ahead.
I was going to say it's encouraging for the Yankees to actually play these young guys, like play the Martian. You got Volpe up. Play some of these young guys, and I'll ask a Yankees fan out there, like, I know it looks discouraging this year, but you put a healthy Judge next year, and maybe you sign a pitcher or two, and I think the Yankees get right back in this. I really do.
I'm not disagreeing with you one bit. I think you're absolutely correct, and I keep asking you the same question, and I know, Eileen, I want your answer on this too, and I want people to actually chime in if you want to. Is Aaron Boone going to get fired this season? I want to know. That's what I want to know.
We'll see.
Is he gone?
Oh, he's already gone. I mean, I think he's gone like the very day after the season.
You don't sit there and say, okay, well, you lost Judge for 2 months, and you had your struggles. That's not his fault, though. I mean,
another city and another franchise, maybe you could get away with that shit if you were like in Pittsburgh, or if you're in Miami or something like that.
Right.
You're the manager for the New York Yankees, and you're in last place. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, but let's say they don't finish in last place. Do you think the job is still on the line? Hey, what if they finish? What if they catch the Red Sox? Which they could. I mean, only what?
What's that catching?
Oh, I'm just saying. It doesn't. But it just says you didn't finish in last place. That's all I'm saying.
What's Ricky Bobby say, bro?
I hear
What's
you.
He say? You're not first, you're last, right?
I know. I get it, but I
I mean, this is the Yankees, dude.
Well, but put in perspective. What was the last time the Yankees actually did not make the playoffs?
2016, but they didn't have a losing record.
Okay, so that could be the case this year,
right? And it kind of goes to my point of saying that I don't think all is lost now. Although that 2017 Yankees team had more you had a younger Aaron Judge. You had what's his face? The guy that was with the Didi Gregorius.
He was actually with us.
Yeah, you had Gary Sanchez when he knew how to hit. If you remember 2016, it was the Baby Bombers, and Gary Sanchez came up. In fact, people in New York thought Gary Sanchez was going to be the star of that team in some ways, and not Aaron Judge, because Gary Sanchez came up and hit like a ton of home runs. Like I think he had like 12 or 13 homers in like 1 month or something like that.
Mm-hmm. I get it's the Yankees. I get it, you're in New York. I get all that. But my point is, how can you blame Aaron Boone for he's had a winning season how many years now, and just one year, and now all of a sudden they don't finish in first or last or whatever they finish, second to last, and now he's gone. I don't know.
Listen, listen. I'm not. I mean, it's not necessarily my opinion, but I just think he's going. Like for instance, they got rid of Girardi after they lost to Houston.
True.
They got rid of Girardi, and Girardi won a World Series and never had a losing record.
Well, okay.
You know what I mean?
So, but okay, if you're that far, then Girardi was manager of the year with the Marlins, but yet had a losing. They didn't even do anything with them. So I don't know. Maybe it's me.
To Eileen's point, she says you blame Boone because someone has to take the hit. I think Boone and Cashman are both gone. I think they're both gone. I think they're a changing of the guard.
Okay.
And that job.
Would you be surprised if he wasn't gone?
Extremely.
I had to ask the question.
I would be as surprised him keeping his job. I would be like, you know what? That would be like the Arizona Cardinals winning the West this year.
Yeah.
In football. That's how I equivalent it. That's how I mean, I think the Cardinals are tanking.
Right.
I think that would be equivalent to that. Let's see. Eileen C says, no, I would not be surprised, Dave.
Oh, so wow. She thinks he might keep his job.
I can't imagine that. I mean, if he keeps his job, and nothing against the guy, not even totally blaming him, but right. I would think he had pictures on Hal Steinbrenner.
That's a possibility. I mean, hey, things happen, right?
It's crazy. I'm just not really seeing that, dude.
I guess in the long run, we're not used to the Yankees being in last place in the AL East. That's just like
you know another way he could keep his job is if he actually.
Uh-oh.
A second, I hit the wrong button. Damn. That was pretty funny.
End the show early.
I was going to say, if he had a personal injury and he was going to sue the Yankees, that might be the only. And he hired Jason Fine to get some money for him. That might be the only other way he could keep his job. But anybody out there, if you have a personal injury, motor vehicle accident, slip and fall, workers' compensation, you could. He has three. Call my man Jason Fine, aka Attorney Big Al. He's got 3 offices: Philadelphia, PA, Cherry Hill, New Jersey, Pittsburgh, PA. Well, New York's a little north of Cherry Hill, so I don't know. But maybe you could drive down the Cherry Hill. Maybe Boone could drive down the Cherry Hill and take Steinbrenner for some money to keep his job. Another sponsor of ours. Now, unfortunately for Yankees fans, you won't be getting number 28 this year, because I know a lot of Yankees fans would love to put up another World Series championship mug. Now, sorry, but y'all got some issues this year. Can't do that.
Not gonna happen.
But if you do want to get a good mug, we got the Ultimate Game Day mug, a mug for every fan. It's Dugout Mugs. You can use the promo code OOTBS Sports 20 at dugoutmugs.com. So, anybody out there that wants to get a really good mug, check that out. Here's the schedule for Out of Box Sports. There's something for everybody on here. We got tomorrow night. We got Fuji's Flair. We got the Batcave tomorrow morning for all you Mets fans out there. Air your grievances. We got Fuji's Flair. We got the College Football Frenzy, and you got the and Dave. You'll be on tomorrow night, right? With them boys.
2-on-5 boys at 9:30. Yes, sir.
All right, and then as you can see on there, Irish fans out there, there's Notre Dame pregame show, the Golden Dome podcast. So make sure you check that out. The Irish looking real good this year. They're just beating people's asses left and right.
Yeah, 2-0 so far, right?
What's that?
I said 2-0 so far, right?
Yeah, in all fairness, they haven't really played anybody, but hey, they're kicking ass, and that's all you could do, Okay. Way to beat that Navy team over there. Hey, exactly. I know. Wait a minute. I know weren't you and Paul just somewhere last Saturday?
Actually, we were. We were in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. We were at a WWE event called Payback. It was a pay-per-view. We had a great time. Everything just went our way that day. It was a crazy day, but we had some fun. Our seats were upgraded somehow. How it worked out. We got to sit like 2 rows from the ring. It was an amazing time. We got into a club box. Everything just worked out the way it was. Paul had a blast. He had a blast. He was like a kid in a candy store. He really was. But and we know he's listening to this podcast. I think he is at this point. So check us out. Atomic Drop Podcast, 10:30.
Nice.
What was that?
Cool.
Go ahead.
And then No, I said nice. That's cool. And then one more here. Anybody in the Philadelphia sports area, or if you're just an Eagles fan and you want to, go on a trip, nobody does it better than Philly sports trips. My man Vince Rizzuto does a great tailgate, and he even does home games. So you could go down right outside Live Casino and party it up and have a great time. So make sure you check that out. So,
yeah, check that out. I heard that's a good time. The sports trips are pretty fun.
Yeah. That was so funny. I totally butchered that. I hit the wrong John. That was so funny. Yeah, it's all good.
Anyway, before you go there, check us out 10:30 Friday night, Time Drop Podcast. Ken and I we'll have it all covered. WWE and SmackDown Raw, and we'll talk about the pay-per-view that just happened on Saturday.
Nice.
Go ahead.
Now look at this. Now Eileen C says, Stanton must hit a home run. Okay, well, man, every squirrel gets a nut every once in a while, right?
Yankees are coming back. No.
Yeah, Yankees could always say it's not Boone's fault. The Judge got hurt. So, yeah,
that's
true.
That's what I'm saying. And I mean, for Judge to be out 2 months for that team, that's a huge hit. It really is.
I know. I mean, I understand, but I mean, excuses are like assholes. Everybody's got one. You know what I mean? And it's just to me, you know what I mean? To me, it's, Boone's been there since what, 18 or 19? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And this is New York, man, and they haven't gotten it done. And I feel like they need a new voice in that place.
Maybe they do. Maybe they do.
But
I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just saying I could just see sometimes like your best player was out for 2 months, so that just
I know. Hey, man, I understand, but sometimes it's a result. It's a results-based business, and
you're
that's
right.
how it is. All right, so anyway, yeah, so that's kind of the Judge thing and everything. But let's get back into these standings.
Let's do it.
All right, so let's we finished. We were in the National League Central. Pirates actually playing good ball. They're 7-3 in their last 10, but they're hideous. They're 64-74. They blow. They're 12.5 out.
10 under 500 too. Wow.
Yeah, they're ready for Steelers season. I actually like the Steelers. I mean, I know it's football, not baseball, but I actually kind of like the Steelers on Sunday as a home dog against San Francisco. By the way.
Okay, I like that.
Wouldn't shock me. Wouldn't shock me. No. Then you got The disappointing St. Louis Cardinals, 59-78, 17 games out. Boy, they are just, ooh man, what a disaster of a season.
Yeah, they're having a bad year, and it's not like the Cardinals to have a bad season like that. And usually they're in the mix of it in the playoff hunt, wild card, somewhere. Usually they're in the Central. I mean, usually it's just weird to see the Cubs where they are and St. Louis where they are.
I know.
I mean, nothing against you Chicago fans or anything. I'm just saying it's very rare to see St. Louis in that position where they are. It's just weird,
Yeah, it's nuts. So then we go. Let's move down to the West. You got the Dodgers have totally taken control of this division. They're 84-52. They're the only thing. I was gonna say the only thing keeping the Dodgers from being the number one seed is the Braves, but the Dodgers are playing great. Diamondbacks 71-67, 14 games out, but hey, they're still right in the running for the wild card. Or the third wild card, I should say. Then you got the Giants, 70-68. They're 15 games out. They're 1 game behind the Diamondbacks, for the wild card. And then you got the Padres, 65-74, 20.5. They're on the same level as the Cardinals for disappointment. And then you got the Colorado Rockies, who are hideous. They're the worst team in the National League. They're 50-87. 2-8 in their last 10, and they got fans that are out there attacking players and shit. They just scrubs. Total scrub team.
Yeah, it's bad. It's bad being a Rockies fan. And another team that's very disappointing to me too is the San Diego Padres. I can't get over this team.
Oh, yeah.
How is the team with so much talent in fourth place in the West? I don't get it.
Well, and watching that Phillies game last night. I mean, you're watching Juan Soto up there. You're watching Machado.
Tatis Jr.
I mean, all them cats, and every time somebody comes up, you're like, oh shit, this dude's up. Oh no, you know what I mean? And then
they have a solid one hitter in Kim. I mean, Machado's right. Machado's been he's up. He's Machado. Tatis is doing his thing. I just don't get how this team's in fourth place.
I don't know. Maybe it's their shitty song.
Oh, that's what's in, whatever that is.
Just in, that's what's in. Yeah.
Yeah. More like that's what's out.
Yeah. More like you guys blow.
Yeah. Well, they're not. I mean, they're 6.5 out of the wild card spot. Their chance of that's not going to happen either. So
no, because it's not just 6.5. You also got to overtake like 4 or 5. I mean, if you're 6.5 and you're trying to catch one team, that's tough enough. But it's
Yep, I agree.
Ken Fry's like, sing it, Joe. He goes, Padres, Mets, Cardinals, all head scratchers, and then Ken Fry says, sing it, Joe.
I can't. Ken, you're right. It is so head scratching to me. The teams like that, Cardinals, Padres, Mets. I mean, who would have thought? Not Yankees. Who would have thought?
It's crazy.
You're not kidding.
So, all right. So the NL East we kind of touched on. Division's done, but 2 teams have a shot for the wild card. Braves 90-46, best team in baseball, 8-2. Phillies 76-61, 7-3 in their last 10, 14.5 out though. Phillies 59 home runs in the month of August, by the way. That's unreal.
But with the fighting Phils, I mean, they are 5.5 up on that wild card spot. So I mean, just
right. I want the number 1 spot though. I think it's pivotal for us to get home field.
I think they're going to get that wild card. Right now, it looks like that number 1 spot's going to be theirs. I mean, but then again, they still have to play Atlanta 7 times, so we don't know. I mean,
dude, as far as what? We're 14.5 behind the Braves, dude.
No, I know. I'm saying to keep that wild card spot.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. I see what you're saying.
I mean, they're 5.5 up on the wild card. They're the number 1 seed in that wild card, but yet they still have to play the Braves 7 times. So who says the Giants can't win some games? And then it could be like a 2-game, you know what I'm saying? Like 2-3 game race.
Gotcha. Well, hopefully the Braves are up by so much they're just chilling in the last.
That's what you're hoping for, right?
Yeah. So, All right, and you got the Marlins 70 and 67, Mets 63 and 74, like we touched on before, and the Nationals 62 and 76. So there's a battle for last. So we'll see what happens there. American League. American League is much more interesting when it comes to divisional races, particularly the West. But
that's the division I'm very interested in. I have to be honest, Joe. That is that I've been watching this division like constantly. And yes, the Mariners. I told you, show's back. I said, watch out for those Seattle Mariners. They're making a run, and this is what they do in September. So I'm so into this West. I really am. I have to be honest.
Yeah. So all right, we'll start off with the West right now. Right now, looking at this. Mariners 77 and 60, 6-4 in their last 10. So they were red hot. They've kind of come back to earth just a tad little bit. They're basically in a virtual tie with the Astros, although the Mariners are technically ahead of them because they only have 60 losses and the Astros have 61.
Right.
The Astros are 78 and 61, 6-4 in their last 10. Then you got Texas 76 and 61. They're one game behind. That's because the Astros beat them last night. So the Astros beat the Rangers last night. Then you got the Angels 64 and 74, 13 and a half out.
They're pretty much out of it now. They're done.
Yeah, they went in the shitter. 3 and 7 in their last 10. And then you got the
your favorite.
The Oakland A's, 42 and 96, absolutely hideous. You need Dave Stewart, call Tony La Russa, and you know what else you got to do too? You better spike your Monkey's Cold Coffee, man. Now listen, I don't advocate Monkey's Cold Coffee is great coffee. All right, now you don't need to spike it. Actually, you could just drink that John regular. If you're a coffee drinker, Dave, are you a coffee drinker at all?
I'm a hot tea drinker, but I do not do coffee. I'll be honest. No.
Okay, well, any coffee drinkers out there, Monkey's Cold Coffee is the bomb. And if you're an A's fan, you might literally, first off, you could drink the coffee to try to stay awake because the team really sucks, but spike that, John, or something because your team blows. 42 and 96. But anyway, Monkey's Cold Coffee is great. I mean, hey, you got to find a positive in the A's. I mean, if you're going to be
I hear you. All right, so I'm going to put you. I'm going to put you on the spot right now.
Okay.
And I'm going to do it. Who wins the AL West in your eyes?
I say the Astros, man, because I like I said when we open up the show, I believe this is the big boy. This is the big boy time of year. This is where men are separated from boys. You either got balls that clang or you got pebbles. And the Astros, the Astros have shown that they carry a big stick in these last 7-8 years.
Okay.
So in my opinion, when push comes to shove and the cream comes to the crop, it's going to be the Verlander. It's going to be the why am I drawing a blank? Who the hell's the pitcher that really always shut down the Phillies?
Alvarez? Not Alvarez, is it?
It's Alvarez. The left-handed kid that's really good. I mean, their bullpen solid. I think when push comes to shove, I think it's the Astros. My money's on the champs until they're knocked off.
Your money's on the champs. I understand that. That's great. I understand it. I'm going to go on a limb here. Okay? I'm going to say, I know it's, I said the Mariners. I love the Mariners, but I'm going to say Texas. I'm going to say Texas Rangers. I think the Texas Rangers win this division.
Okay. Well, I could see that. I mean, I would have felt more comfortable with the Rangers if they didn't lose their third baseman. I think Josh Jung being out really hurt them.
Right.
But I mean, hey, listen, man. The Rangers are one game out, so it's not like they can't. You know what I mean?
Right. Exactly. They're right there. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Eileen,
but what's the chances of all three teams in the playoffs?
Oh, I think that's going to happen.
Okay.
Well, all right. Let's look at the wild. All right. So right now, actually, you know what? It might. Well, Nah, you know what? Yeah, no, it could. It could.
It could.
Yeah, because I think one of those teams beats out the Blue. So right now, all right. So if we look at this right now, nobody. The only team that has a chance. All right, so Tampa Bay Rays are going to be one. If Baltimore wins that division, yeah, Ken Fry here says right here, Blue Jays are nipping on the Rangers' heels. Yeah, because basically, if Baltimore's only up 3.5, so Tampa could Tampa could still win that division. But let's just say we concede the division to Baltimore.
Okay.
Tampa's the one wild card, so Tampa would be the first wild card. They only have 55 losses.
Right.
Then one of the three teams is going to win the West. So then you'd have Astros 78 and 61, Rangers 76 and 61, but then you got the Blue Jays 76 and 62. So the Blue Jays could throw a monkey wrench into it, like Ken says.
They could. Absolutely, they could. I forgot about Toronto, to be honest with you.
I don't think so. Yeah, I think all three teams in the West make it, though, to be honest with you. That's my prediction. I think the Astros win the division. I think the Mariners and the Rangers are both wild card teams.
Okay. I like that.
And I think Toronto sits at home.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Toronto sits at home.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, but I mean, hey,
so Baltimore, you have Baltimore winning that division, correct?
I do.
Okay. And we'll say Minnesota wins the Central. That's pretty much a given, right?
Minnesota's got a 6-game lead. They're up.
Okay. So we'll give them the Central. We'll give them the Central, correct?
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So, yeah, I mean, it comes out, like you said, it comes out of Toronto. It really does, if you think about it. But
yeah,
all three teams in the West could make it. Go ahead.
No, I was saying the only other team that has a puncher's chance is Boston because they have 66 losses.
That's
so
true.
They're like 4 games out or 4.5, but I don't see it. You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah. Okay, so if all three teams in the West, what would be the odd team out if Toronto does get in?
I think Texas.
Okay. I can see that.
All right, but let me ask you though, because you thought you have Texas winning the division. So are your Mariners out or are the world champion Astros out?
It would have to be Seattle. Okay. Yeah. I can't count the champs out. No. I can't do it. Because I personally feel last year's champs is going to be this year's champs. That's just me.
Well, you think the Astros win? You think they win it again?
I do.
That plays into my theory of the people with the big boy pants.
Yes, I agree.
And that's.
But I hate to see my Seattle not make the wild card, but I don't know. Something's telling me Texas can still win that division. I could be wrong.
Well, all three teams can win that division. They're, like I said,
it's one game. It's everybody's tied exactly. So it's a three-way race. So I don't know.
Yeah. So we got AL Central, my favorite division. There's only one team with a winning record. That's the Minnesota Twins, 72 and 66. I mean, hey, at least they're 6 games over 500. Remember, for a lot of the year, they were like 500 or
they were 500 all season. They were, yeah, I agree.
So, all right, so they're 6-4 in their last 10. They hold a 6-game lead over the Guardians. Guardians are 66 and 72, 6 games out.
Right.
They'd be better off if they just. I'm sorry, dude, but like. They'd be better off if they just stayed the Indians and called up Charlie Sheen. I'm sorry, you know what I mean? Like, dude, you guys, you sorry, but you're done.
In the words of Willie Mays Hayes, I've been cut already.
Yeah, exactly. Well, you know what's funny? The major league makes me think of. I mean, who did the Phillies do that celebration? The big balls. Remember Pedro Serrano?
Yes, I do.
This is Pedro Serrano's time of year, bro.
Is that what the Phillies are doing with that for the Major League Two?
Serrano. That's Major League Two. Remember Major League Two? The Japanese dude was like, you have no.
Was it Tanaka or something? Was his name Tanaka or something?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
okay,
yeah, exactly.
Okay. You have no marbles. I get it. Okay.
Yeah.
I was wondering where that came from. Hey, Mike.
Mike Lauro says, "Sup, guys? Who wins the AL Central?" Well, the
Twins. Yeah,
it looks like the Twins. Yeah. Do you mean the AL Central, or the NL Central? Because the NL Central is a lot closer.
It's a lot closer than yeah, right.
So, all right.
You say NL Central, I got to say Milwaukee. But if you say AL, I'll definitely go Twins.
Yeah. So, all right. So let's finish off this shitty ass division. You got the Dodgers. You got the Tigers, 63-74, 8.5 games out. They suck. White Sox, 53-85, 19 games out.
They're done.
They're terrible. They're all their fans are going to Kevin V's to go get banged up with Frank. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Then you got the Royals, 43-96. They're just about as hideous as the A's. They're 2-8. They're pretty shitty.
29.5 out of first.
Yeah. Oh, Mike meant NL. Mike meant
NL.
Yeah,
NL. Okay.
Yeah, we both say Milwaukee, although the Cubs are right there.
Mike, honestly, I think Milwaukee wins the Central. Cubs get in the wild card. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Paul Spencer here says, "Hell to the no, it's the Braves year, but any team, if once in and they get hot, can win this chip." Taki Ishbashi, Major League. I don't know.
Okay. I thought it was okay.
I thought it. Yeah. Well, anyway, whoever it was, he
must be feeling better. He's chiming in too many times. So.
Exactly. All right. So now we go to the AL East. We got the Baltimore Orioles, 86-51, 73 in their last 10, playing great ball. Holding off the Rays. Rays are 83-55, 3.5 out. Rays are 6-4 in their last 10. Then of course,
Baltimore 7-3 in their last 10. So
exactly. Then you got Toronto 76-62. They're 10.5 out, but they're right there nipping up the AL West ass. Here's Mike Lauro says you got.
No, wait a minute. Now, we've been talking about this Toronto team, how weird they've been all year.
They've
weird. Been up, they've been down, they've been, it's kind of weird just watching this team play all year long. But they are still, they're in it. They're definitely in it,
They are definitely in it. I don't see them getting in, unless they get Roberto Alomar and Joe Carter and Paul Molitor, and not saying they don't have talent. Listen, they got a lot of talent, Toronto. I'm not trying to diss
they had Dave Stewart too at one point too, if you remember.
Jack Morris, yeah, they had great teams, man.
Yes, they did. Yes, they did.
They had a young Al Leiter before he went to the Mets.
Yeah, I remember that. Yep.
Al Leiter, I think he pitched some good bullpen innings in that series. Adam Glenn says Phillies are the team to beat in the National League. Hey, Adam, I certainly hope you're right. And
Adam, I disagree with that.
I can't say that.
No, the Braves are the team to beat in the National League. I don't care what anybody says. That's telling me.
But I still think the Phillies can beat the Braves in a 5-game series. So I'm in it. Joaquin Stable says go Phillies. All right.
Yeah, but it all depends. He said screw Paul Molitor.
I know, right?
It all depends on if you're telling me the Braves are going to beat the Phillies are going to beat the Braves, you better have a good Nola, because if you don't, it could be a different story.
He's the guy that makes me nervous. That friggin' guy, man. I'm just
saying.
I mean, he's like. Now I don't want to rip this guy because Cliff Lee was awesome, right?
Right.
Cliff Cliff Lee and 99%, 90% of the time, Cliff Lee was great in the playoffs.
Yep.
But Aaron Nola's like Cliff Lee in Game 2 versus St. Louis, like every freaking game. Like I remember the Phillies were up 4-0, and I got John Lieb calling me saying this series is over. I'm like, dude, thanks a lot, Jo. Next thing you know, Cliff Lee blows freaking Game 2, and then the Phillies lose the series to St. Louis.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's Aaron Nola all the time, dude. I mean, you want your pitcher to have shutdown inning, dude. How many times does he not have a shutdown inning?
This is true. Don't you call John Lieb the mush though? Is he the mush guy?
Biggest mush of all time, dude. I told you I think I told you. I said it on my show many times. I don't know if I've ever said it on here, but Eileen is a Yankees fan. Eileen, if you want me to, I will tell you where he lives because he changed the course of baseball history. He bet the Yankees when they were up 3-0, and he basically ended the curse of the Bambino.
Wow.
Yes,
that's
he
crazy.
did.
He
really did.
Wow.
Paul Spencer says that's his real name, Ishiro Kamikaze Tanaka in character. Nice.
Okay.
And then
I knew Tanaka was in there somewhere.
Joaquin, see, Kino knows all about. Kino's my boy from. I've known Kino for years, about 30 years. Kino says Lieb is terrible. He's the mush.
Lieb is the mush.
We all know. So
I remember you saying that back in previous shows that you were saying that he was. I mean, even on your Sully squad, you were saying that. So.
Oh yeah, I mean, if you, all right. Here's another one. He bet on Barbaro, dude, and he fucking broke his legs. Remember Barbaro?
Yeah, the horse, right?
Yeah, I think he bet on Smarty Jones too. Only the third. You know what's funny? That was actually. I mean, it's really sad. I mean, obviously, it's really sad what happened to Barbaro, right? That was a damn shame.
Yes.
But
yep.
That was one of the greatest cuts from WIP. They used to have the overnight lady. I think her name was Jan Gorham.
I remember her. Yeah.
And right, well, she did a thing. And obviously she didn't mean it like this, but it was something like, oh, bad day for Barbaro or something. Won't be Barbaro. It's like he's dead or something. And so they was like one of them
right.
things. I mean, here we go. Yeah, we got some more comments. Paul Spencer says bettors love the mush. Just do the opposite. Guaranteed cash. And Mario says whoever Lee picks go the other way. That's true.
I remember that.
One of our football shows, we should actually have him on and do the mush picks. I'm telling you, it really would succeed, man.
You want to put him on the round table?
That's the house always wins, except if you bet against John Lieb. That might be the only way where you could beat the house.
Hey, poor John. John Lieb's getting torn up here.
He knows, though. I mean, we say it to his face, so it's not like I mean, he knows. Believe me, he knows. It's been years. I'll tell you another story. One more story, then we'll finish up this AL East.
Okay.
Me back in 2004, UConn. It was March Madness. UConn Huskies were playing Duke, right?
Okay.
We had UConn minus. What the hell was it? UConn -2, I think it was, or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And so he called, and UConn's, or maybe it was 3. I forget. Whatever. No, it was 4. No, that's right. It was -2. Whatever. Anyway, he calls me up. He's like, "Dude, we're going to win," because they were up by like 3 or something like that. Duke friggin' threw in a meaningless half court shot, banked the fucking thing in, and UConn only won by 1. Right?
Oh God! Wow.
Yes.
That's
like just to tell you the power of the mush, dude. That is it.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah, and he calls and I'm like, dude, game ain't over yet. And the next thing you know, I'm watching it, dude banks the damn joint in.
Okay, so he's the mush guy.
Yeah. Joaquin Stable says he almost ruined the Super Bowl playing Tom Brady. He didn't ruin the Super Bowl because we hit his phone. He wanted to win the Super Bowl so bad. We're like, dude, we got to take your phone from you. You can't. So
oh my God.
That was one of the Eagles won probably.
You took his phone from him?
Well, he agreed to it because
Okay.
we were if he posted like they were going to win, then Gronk would have caught that. Like, remember the Hail Mary? Gronk would have caught it. You know what I mean? Like it's so we had to protect him from himself. You know what I'm saying?
There you go. There you go. I understand. Wow.
All right, so let's finish this division. Let's finish this division here.
I
We
agree.
got the Reds. We already touched on the Blue Jays. They got a shot in the wild card.
Yep.
You got the Boston Red Sox, 72-66, 14.5 out of division. They're like 4 out of the wild card.
Actually, 4.5 out. 4.5 out of the wild card.
Yeah, 4.5 out of the wild card. They have a chance, but I don't see them. I don't see them overtake. I mean, they'd have to overtake a couple teams. They'd have to overtake one of the teams in the West and also the Blue Jays. I don't see that.
No, I don't see it either. No, not going to happen.
Then you got the Yankees. Yankees, 68-69. They 18 back in the division. They're like
just under 500. Just under 500, Joe. Go on.
What are they, about seven out of the wild card, or 7.5?
Well, they were 5 or 6 out of 500 or something like that for them to come up where they are now. I mean,
well, they actually I think they swept Houston. Eileen said they went down to Houston.
I believe they did. Yes. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Now that's got to be torture to a Yankees fan in a way, because all these years they couldn't beat Houston when it really counted, and now they're pretty much punting on the season with all these young kids. They go down to Houston and kick their ass.
Hey, nothing to lose.
It's almost like do you remember? Now I don't necessarily agree with this because I think he was a hell of a player, but remember how people used to say Bobby Abreu only got hits when the game was like 6-1?
I do.
Now I think he was better than that, but the bottom line is, well,
he was Yankee. He was Yankee too. Remember, he did play for the Yankees one year.
He was. They traded him. In fact, Phillies traded Bobby Abreu in 06, right around the trade deadline, and then they immediately started going on a run because the young guys like Chase Utley, Ryan Howard, they all got pushed into a leadership role.
Right.
And they started playing well. Out of the Box Sports Entertainment says, coming soon, the Mush Picks must see and do not show what you hear. Wait, what? Must see and not do show what you hear. Show in history.
Okay.
I don't know. Say that 10 times fast. Well, anyway,
I can't even see.
Here we go. Eileen C says, "Yep, 8 out wild card elimination is 18." So
yeah, they are 8. She's right. They are 8 out of the wild card spot.
Okay, so that's pretty much a wrap up of the.
But Eileen, to look positive, Eileen, to be positive, they did win. They did out of their 7-3 in the last 10. That's something to look at, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just saying.
Hang on, let's let got one more here. Paul Spencer says, sorry guys, it's the Meds. Can't type worth of shit. Nah, it's all good, bro. We got what you were saying. That's all good.
The Meds are kicking in with that guy.
Oh man. All right. Real quick, just a few individual performances that are out of this world. The Phillies' Trey Turner had a 15 game hitting streak. He's hitting 358 with 10 home runs, 23 RBIs. At one point this past week, he went 5 straight games with a home run, and he's actually the fifth player in history with 4 straight games with a home run and 3 RBIs. There was only 4 other guys that did it.
Right.
Then I'm looking Rookie of the Year race. In my opinion, it's Gunnar Henderson right now.
I totally agree.
Gunnar Henderson's hitting 254, 23 home runs, 70 RBIs. The kid Yoshida from Boston's hitting 298 with 15 homers, 68 RBIs. But I'm saying Henderson wins it. And then you got National League. I still say it's Corbin Carroll. He's hitting 282, 24 homers, 67 RBIs. The kid for the Mets is only hitting 211, Francisco Alvarez, but he's got 21 homers.
He's got 21 home runs, but he's kind of falling there. His average is kind of falling there.
Yeah, I was gonna say 211. He's like the catching version of Kyle Schwarber a little bit.
Yeah. Yep. I agree.
Then the Cincinnati Reds. Now I think the Cincinnati Reds got 3 young guys. They got Matt McLain hitting 290 with 16 homers, 50 RBIs. Spencer Steer hitting 269 with 20 homers, 76 RBIs.
That kid's a stud. He's a good player, man.
Yeah, and then you got Ellie De La Cruz. He started off like gangbusters. I think the league's kind of figured him out a little bit, but I still love his potential. He's hitting 243, 11 homers, 36 RBIs. Hang on a couple more comments here. Eileen C says, unless the bullpen has a meltdown, the Yankees will get to 500. They're up 5-1. Okay, well, hey, they're
there you
playing
go.
Ball.
Yeah, completely.
Paul Spencer says the show's awesome. Thank you, Paul. Can Mookie overtake Acuna for MVP? Ooh, that's interesting.
No.
I mean, Mookie Betts is extremely. He's on fire, but I don't think so. I'm going to keep saying it. The only other guy that can win MVP over than Acuna would be his teammate Matt Olson.
Yep. You keep saying that. You've been saying that for weeks now.
Well, he's going. I mean, unless he totally shits the bed, he's going to have over 50 homers and he's going to have over 120 RBIs. I mean, those are unreal power numbers.
This is true. Yep.
I still think it's Acuna.
I do too. I mean, I'm not a gambling man, but if I had to, I would say Acuna. I mean, Mookie's right behind him, though. Mookie's right there. The Dodgers are, man. Oh my gosh, that team! Wow.
Yeah, they're playing.
They're playing good ball.
So.
Yep, they are.
Yeah. So we will see what happens. So anyway, it's September 5th. Next week it'll be next week it'll be the 12th, and we'll be really getting into this.
When we talk really, yep. Will the Braves have how many wins will the Braves have going next week? I mean, right now they're 90. I mean, yeah, but I'm talking. We do the show next week. Where will they be?
Man, I don't know, bro. I mean, I think they win at least 5. You know,
that's what I'm saying. They could have like 95 wins.
That's crazy, but
I mean, they're losing right now 9-4 to the Cardinals, but it is bottom of the 8th, and they haven't been on first base with 1 out. So don't count them out yet. They're not dead.
Yeah, you never can count that with that lineup. You can't ever count them out. So
this is true.
But, all right. Well, look. All right. Well, we're gonna get ready to wrap up here. Hey, we got hey Dave, we got football starting this week. Can't wait. But,
are you excited or what?
I can't wait, dude. I'm really pumped.
Who do you have for Thursday night?
It's gonna be. Oh yeah. Chiefs Lions. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to any football at this point.
Who are you picking in that game?
I was going to say the Chiefs, but with no Chris Jones and possibly no Travis Kelce, I don't know, man. The Lions might be able to steal that one.
Interesting.
Plus, sometimes when those teams unveil that championship banner, they come out a little sluggish, and the opponent captures them. And you got to figure. I mean, the Lions. When was the last time the Lions were in this big of a primetime spot? I mean, they're out there hungry as shit. You know what I'm saying?
This is true. I agree.
But anyway,
are the Lions still going to be the Lions at the end of the day?
No, I believe in I think the Lions are going to have a really good year, man. I really do.
Really? Okay.
Hey, we'll see though, right? That's why they play the games, right, Dave?
That is correct, Joe. Absolutely.
Yeah. So by the time that, all right, I got a question for you. We talked about the Braves. By this time next time we do the show, who's in first place in the AL West?
That's a great
A week
question.
from now, who's the first break?
I'm going to say I know Texas is only one game out. I'm going to say Seattle's still there.
Okay.
I think Seattle.
Right,
Seattle will be there.
I'm gonna say.
I mean, I know I picked Texas to win the division. I still think they can, but I think for next week, I still think it's still going to be a 1-game race going into next week. Is what I think.
Okay. All right. I'm saying Houston, but yeah, it's still going to be close.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm hoping Philly in the wild card race. It's a big week. Phillies have 2 more with San Diego, but then the Marlins come here, and like you said, I don't know if the Marlins will catch the Phillies necessarily because they're 6 games up on them. But the more that's a big series nonetheless. Marlins at Philadelphia.
Now that I say that, Texas is down 9-1 to the Astros. Great, good job, Dave.
Hey, that's all right. See, we were talking about Lieb so much being the mush. Maybe it rubbed off on you.
Yeah, it probably did.
It
probably did.
And I mushed the Pirates. Remember, the Pirates were playing really good.
You had them in the top. You had them in our top 10 power rankings at one point.
Hey, they were early in the season. They played well. Yeah, they
went
back down to earth. They remembered they were the Pirates.
Yep. Actually, my power rankings, I have Braves 1, Orioles 2, Dodgers 3, Rays 4, Astros 5, Brew Crew 6, Mariners 7, Rangers 8, Phillies 9, and I got Toronto at 10.
Okay, I have the same, except I think I'm flipped. I think I'm flipped between your last 2.
Phils and Blood Jays.
Yeah.
Okay. There you go.
So, all right. Well, anyway, we'll be back next week. Good luck to everybody. Good luck for anybody's fantasy teams out there. You're getting close to the playoffs. So anybody has fantasy baseball out there, good luck to your teams. Good luck to everybody, but the Marlins, Mets, Nationals, Cubs, Reds, Diamondbacks, Giants.
You are hysterical.
And Braves. We're not so. All right, we'll see you all next week.
Go Phil.
Later, Dave.
Later, Joe.